In this lecture, let us discuss about software reengineering, which is a process of examining and altering the existing software system. So here we'll make changes to the software system in order to reconstitute it in a new form. So this approach aims to improve the software's functionality, maintainability, and performance while extending its lifespan. And some of the objectives of reengineering include the first one is improving software quality. So, the main objective of this software reengineering is to enhance reliability, performance, and maintainability, which comes under this improving software quality, and also incorporating new features. Add new features to meet evolving business requirements, then adapting to new technologies. So, upgrade the software to leverage modern programming languages, frameworks, and tools, and then reducing maintenance cost. So, that is more important. So, optimize the code base to lower or reduce future maintenance efforts. And we have other objectives like enhancing user experience, which is most important. So, update the user interface and functionality based on user feedback, and also ensure better interoperability with other systems. How can we extend this software lifespan means? So we need to make a legacy system that is more flexible and easier to modify. Software reengineering activities include reverse engineering, which is nothing but understanding the current software architecture, design, and functionality. So here analyze the source code in order to extract design models and architecture. Then create the documentation for existing system by including all the necessary flowcharts and data models. And also code inspection should be done where source code will be reviewed to identify dependencies, structure, and design patterns. Software reengineering activities, and the first one is reverse engineering, where the source code is analyzed in order to extract design models and architecture. And also, documentation is prepared for the existing system where the necessary flowcharts and data models are included. So, here understanding the current software architecture, design, and functionality is very important. And also, the source code should be reviewed to identify dependency, structure, and design patterns. Then, code restructuring, modify the existing code to improve its structure and readability without changing its external behavior. So, this code should be modified in order to improve readability, then reduce the complexity and enhance maintainability. So, if there is any duplicate code, eliminate that and improve modularization. Third one is re-engineering. So, here we need to identify or analyze the existing data models, and also we need to check the areas where improvement is required. So, identify areas for improvement. Then normalize the databases. So, normalization should be done in order to eliminate redundancies as well as to improve the integrity. Update and optimize the database schemas to better align with current business needs, and also move the data from legacy systems to new or updated structures. Then user interface redesign. So first assess the existing user interface and then redesign the interface. So we'll collect the feedback from the users, right? So based on the feedback and based on the best practices selected, this interface should be redesigned. Then forward engineering. So based on the updated requirements as well as the design specifications, new software should be created, right? So, develop new modules or features based on the insights from reverse engineering. Then, design and implement new interfaces for improved functionality and user experience. Then, redocumentation. So, create the updated design and architecture documents. Yes. And the new features which we added, those should be included in the document. And if any changes are made to the existing system, those changes should be included along with the test results. So we need to ensure that all the technical documents reflect the current state of software, and also provide comprehensive documentation for new features, system architecture, and usage instructions. Next, testing and validation should be done. So ensure that changes do not introduce new defects or affect the existing functionality. So here we need to develop the test cases and execute them for these new features and functionalities. And then regression testing should be performed in order to check that new changes are not including any new defects to the existing functionality. And also, if engage users to validate that the re-engineered system meets their needs and expectations. Then maintenance and continuous improvement. So ongoing maintenance is very much necessary. So establish processes for ongoing maintenance and updates, and also evaluate the performance of the re-engineered system and make necessary adjustments. Implement a plan for continuous improvement and updates based on user feedback and evolving requirements. So here we need to gather the user feedback in order to identify new requirements or enhancements. And based on that, continuous improvement should be done. So all these activities they ensure that software reengineering effectively enhances the system's quality, performance, and alignment with current and future business needs.